Alrighty, welcome back. I think this is maybe part 4, since we're going to be doing a little, up here. Yeah, so the plan for today is start doing some body work. First things first, I'll need to clean the metal up a little bit more, plug the holes with welds, and then grind them off smooth. And then from there, I should be able to start laying some Bondo down and getting the roof straightened out. So what I'm thinking is I can get the roof straightened out basically up to about here, somewhere in this range. And then from here, I'll probably have to do the whole quarter or sections of the quarter at once. Kind of hoping for the full thing. I think that's what you're supposed to do. So, yeah, so that's the plan for today. But I don't have my morning coffee. I ran out of creamer. So with that being said, I need to make a quick Dunkin' run, and we'll come back and get into it. Fire this little daily up. Fucking mint. Look at that fucking, look at the oil pressure in this fucking thing, man. Thing's crazy. Alright boys, we got a fellow Jeep buddy, and focus on this. Look how beautiful that is today. And the bag has been secured. So, on our way home now. Alright, so as you can see, got my little spots knocked. So I think I still gotta knock down these. Alrighty, knock those down. So we're good to go up there. Like I said, I think I might I'm gonna look up really quick and see if I should be covering this with something before I spray it to kind of like seal it, or if I should just if I go right on top. I'm assuming I'm supposed to like rust reform this or something, but I don't know. Gonna look into that really quick, take a little 5-minute breather, and then bodywork time, baby. Let's go. Hit the area with a little bit of rust reform or whatever needed it. Let that dry a little bit. Then went over the area just with some 40 grit, just by hand, just to kind of scuff it up good, because I want the shit to bite good. So now that it is scuffed, I also just cleaned it again. Been cleaning it multiple times. That's one of the biggest things with bodywork and paint that I know of, is cleanliness counts. So now I have my Bondo. I do have a little bit of hardener left. I don't know if this is going to be enough for the whole car, or at least the side of the car. So of course, since I'm an asshole, there's a dry piece on here that's fucking up me Bondo. I'm making a fucking mess. I promised myself I wouldn't. Alrighty, so far, critique me, whatever, I don't really give a fuck. Actually, I kind of do. I would like to know some more stuff. You can see we're still low back here, still low on this front edge, but the brown was the first spot I laid down, which actually came out pretty good, and then the green is the second spot. And even in the middle, I'm pretty sure I'm a little bit low still. Now you may ask why I'm titled a master mechanic compared to other normal mechanics. Because ingenuity. Alright, so for anybody wondering whenever I keep bringing up my dogs, this is them. This is Carmela. She's, I think she's 4, maybe turning 5 months old now. She's a pit bull mix. Yeah, she's a funny little one. And then here's Diddle, or Fritz. Fritz, come here. He's 6 years old. He's a mini schnauzer. Cutest little guy. So they're an interesting little duo together. Hi, hello, hello, hi. Yeah, so usually when I'm taking a break from working on the car, this is what I do. Opened up a new thing. I figure I'm doing quite a wide surface, so I might as well have a wide paddle. I also probably should have been using a bigger piece of cardboard for this, because this is a lot of stuff on a small area. But the name of the game is to make it work, so we are gonna do that. Okay, so like I said, I took some 40 grit to the roof. As much as I said don't swirl it up, I'm gonna try to mix it and then relay it out. Get all this shit off the paddle. Oh. You know, it's funny, I bought the gloves and I probably should have put them on because I'm already getting this shit all over my fucking hands. Yeah, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. So, like I said, I took some 40 grit to the roof. You know, with the blue, it's kind of hard to tell if I'm actually mixing this efficiently or not. I really don't know. Well, we're just gonna kind of take the guess and check and say I did a phenomenal job mixing all of this. And I probably didn't. Alrighty, I have you set up on a broom on the roof. So we're literally gonna take all of this, slap this bitch on. Oh yeah. So this crevice. It's actually ridiculous that I still need more. Holy fuck. Alrighty, so I laid on my second layer of Bondo and or Bondo glass, if you will, and it still seems like I'm low in at least this spot here and some over here, and a little bit right here. So what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna pull out the pneumatic sander, throw on my 60 grit grinding or 60 grit sandpaper wheel, and just knock this down a little bit. And especially, like I said, put some scuffs into it where it can really bite. So I think that's the game plan for right now. And then we'll have to lay down another layer. This is basically just I killed the last of my mini can. And yeah, so next set of Bondo I'll be cracking into the big 2.5 pounder. But yeah, so far so good. I mean, it's better than it was, I'll tell you that right now. Alrighty, a little bit of an update. Of course, I fucked up and these sanding wheels aren't the sticky ones that I need, so I might end up just hand sanding this. I don't really know. I put another layer of Bondo. I finally cracked open the 2.5 pound one. Threw another layer on to try to level out the, so I had one, low spot in here. So I figure I might as well move from this way over and try to get it all smoothed out into the other side. So now I try tying it into here. So gotta let this dry. Maybe while I do this, I'll either start sanding. You know what? Maybe I won't. I would sand on this shit if it wasn't gonna kick dust up into this. So instead, I think I'll take care of rigging up the exhaust, because I do have the pipe tucked in there. So. Alrighty, disregard the t-shirt wrapped around my head. I washed my hair like 1 night or 2 nights ago. I don't feel like doing that again today, so got to keep her wrapped. But still letting the Bondo dry a little bit. Seems like it's pretty much done, but still give it a couple more minutes. Just because I don't feel like going through the bullshit of clumping up sandpaper from it still being like its drying phase. But I just slapped on the new exhaust pipe. Basically, I just put a straight pipe where the cat was. So I'm going to fire it up and see if how it sounds coming out the tailpipes. So we'll see. Back here somewhere, so yet another update. So it's getting there. It is getting there, but it is, I don't know if you can really tell how much like my hand goes up and down. Certain spots, basically these dark spots, are pretty low. Not pretty low, they're a little low. So I think what I'm gonna do is throw another coat on, you know, to the lower areas, try to get this thing really fucking smoothed out, but already it's so much better than it was. So I think I'll do another coat on it. Depending how low I'm running on the Bondo after that, I might go pick up more, but regardless, I do need to go pick up more sanding discs for my pneumatic sander, because 120 is not going to do shit for trying to knock down these big edges, you know, and I don't really care to keep doing it by hand with this little thingy. So yeah, that's the current plan. I'll probably show you what it looks like after I throw the next coat on, and we're gonna keep going from there. And I also did clean it. There's nothing on my hands, like no dust. I already cleaned this off with alcohol, so I'll probably clean it one more time, throw some more on, and then, like I said, run out to the store, maybe pick up a bite to eat while I'm out, and just keep chugging. Alrighty, so I just threw on yet another layer. This one, after doing this, it definitely felt way smoother from all the way over there, just getting it over to here. I know the center right about here is probably the highest point, so I've kind of just been trying to work off of that, try to smooth it this way, smooth it that way, same into here. So we'll see how this turns out. But like I said, I think I am gonna pick up another thing of Bondo just to have it, because I mean, you know, I'm gonna have my fun doing this whole shindig anyways. Hopefully I can start with this tonight. Start on it, I should say. But yeah, I think, like I said, I'm gonna let this dry, run out to the store, pick up more materials, maybe grab something to eat, because there is a little pizza place over in that parking lot with Home Depot, or as they call it, Home Cheapo. But yeah, I'm definitely stoked that that's coming out. It looks fucking awesome compared to what it used to be. So, I mean, it's probably kind of hard to tell. It's definitely a lot smoother than it once was. So, get some glamour shots. All that nice Bondo. Yeah, but picked up some 40 grit, the correct sized and sticky sanding wheels, and then I also picked up this Dynaflex Ultra Black Coke. So my idea with this is, once, I don't even know what the hell I did with the window seal. I think it's under here somewhere. But when I go to put the window seal back, and obviously I'm gonna have to paint, you know, at least primer up the, you know, where it's gonna go. But I'm thinking, put it, you know, even a couple dots or thin bead around just to secure it in the place. Because it did seem like it was glued in certain spots. So I don't know, I'll have to look at the other side and go off that. But I'm thinking once it's in and everything is good, try to do some sort of magic with it, with like there's a couple tears in it and it's a couple spots that, like I said, where it was like glued in, you know, it kind of ripped off. So I would like to try to repair them and see if I can get my use out of them rather than spending $500 on new seals. I'd much rather spend $8 on a big black Coke. So we'll keep going at this and see what the hell happens. So this is probably where I'm gonna call it for the night. As you can see, yeah, like obviously you got these fucking spots I need to get. That looks way worse on camera. Oh baby, exposing myself. Okay, and oops, oh, it's like, I think this might all be dust, honestly. Some dark stuff. Yep. Yeah, I did spray this with all of this dust sitting in here, so that probably doesn't really help my case, but get it off. Right, well, whatever, you get the gist. But we have a roof. pretty fucking good. So obviously, like I said, this is nowhere near done. Probably take another hour, 2 hours tops, I'd say, to get the roof A1. Alrighty, good morning. Took a day off yesterday from working on the car. Need a little bit of a break. But the last thing I left off with is probably going to be the footage I show after this intro. So I did start doing a little bit of body work on the roof. As you can tell, it's one color. Not done yet, but I would like to complete that today. So I don't really feel like driving something boring to go get coffee. So I am going to take all of the cover and tools off of this fucking thing. Make sure it still has oil and blow it off a little. I'll probably pull it outside and blow it off a little bit. It's going to be the dustiest fucking ride of my life. But yeah, and the only thing I have to do is pop taillights in. So let's get to it. It's not like a lot of key pops off. I have to be too. So. That's my fun stories that I can tell when I'm old and have children. Say, hey kids, I was once restoring a 81 Trans Am in the middle of the game. In the middle of the game. Alrighty, I'm sure she'll fire up. Let's see. So for those who don't know, you actually have to park the car in reverse to get the key out of the column. So. Right up. This thing runs so much healthier than it did when I got it. It's ridiculous. And so we'll pull her out, and I need to blow this thing off and throw. Look at that fucking shaker head. It's so cool. This little thing rattling. So I need to throw. This is my best buddy Dwayne. I named him Dwayne because he is a rock, and he is my lovely rock. I've had him in multiple manual cars at this point. Use my e-brake. Alrighty, so now I need to blow this thing off, throw the taillights in, and we should be good to go. Oh yeah. Alrighty, so got the coffee. Funny enough, there's no cup holders in these cars, so. Ooh, 55. Oh yeah. This fucking thing is something. Jesus Christ. Alrighty, time to hammer out some work on this thing. So, pneumatic. Getting excited. So, I have a 40 grit wheel on here I was using for the roof. I'm probably gonna use this just to scuff up the whole quarter. I'm thinking honestly I'll leave the roof as it is for now, since it's, you know, primed up and sealed, and kind of go from, you know, start working on the quarter and go from there. So, let's get into it. I actually went to the store. Of course, I fucking dropped it like an idiot, but I didn't get fiberglass filler this time because A, it is more expensive, and B, I figured I'd give it a shot to see if I've been making my life more difficult by working with it rather than working with something like this. So we are going to give this a shot and see how it goes. Also, this also has the blue hardener tube, so that's good. Alrighty, so I just threw on what I thought was going to be a large coat, but it basically covered me almost the whole quarter, which is pretty cool. This stuff is definitely easier to lay out, definitely easier to mix. We're gonna find out how easy it is to sand in a couple minutes. It claims it dries in 15, so we shall see. But yeah, at first I was trying to go sideways, you know, with the body. That's what I figured I'd have to do. And then this seemed to be hard because of the body line, how it kind of swoops out, so curvy. So I ended up going from the top, dragging it downwards, and basically got it down to that first body line. So far, we're looking good. Alrighty, a little update. Been doing a lot of sanding, a lot of pneumatic sanding, and a lot of it by hand though, just for feel. We are getting there. As you can see, we got metal poking out in some spots. We got high spots, Obviously we got low spots, but for the most part, this is, you know, we're going in the right direction. Sorry if you can't really hear me, I'm wearing a N95 mask right now. Oh, this is so good. We're getting there. I'm gonna say one more coat of Bondo over the entire quarter, you know, like a skim coat, if you will, just to fill in the lows. I know certain spots that have them. So I'm gonna work at getting some Bondo made, throw it onto there, get it covered. And I might even try getting like the tiniest bit out onto this back panel just to, you know, try to blend it, if you will, but we'll see. So far though, so good. And the biggest thing I'm dealing with right now is this body line, because it goes out and it ends, and it comes out here, and it ends somewhere in this area. I don't really know where though. Let me go to the other side. You see this comes out, and it just barely ends before the door, so it's hard to tell where it really ends. So I think just off of naturally working with the Bondo and sanding, we'll see how close we can get to this side. That's if this side's even, you know, perfect. But we're fucking getting there. And also with the taillight in. So at first glance, I thought that I fucked up because of how like lipped out that is. But when I had the bumper attached with the one mount that's in there, you know, I have to rig up something to get the second mount through. But with the one mount in there, and the taillight right now is kind of tweaked. I think it's, yeah, it's like kind of just sitting in there loose. I'm able to make it so it is nearly perfect to that side, which is fucking awesome. And the lights line is perfect all the way across. When the spoiler's on, it's just about perfect as well. So we're fucking getting there. It's awesome to see, you know, we're on the home stretch, you could say. But yeah, let's keep her going. Fold and flip. Yeah, for as tedious as a process as Bodywork is, I can see why the professionals get paid a lot, because it is a pain in the ass. But, you know, if you put the amount of time and effort into it that, if you put the correct amount of time and effort into it, you know, it'll pay off. So I'm hoping with, you know, the amount of work I'm doing with this car, like I said early in the series, you know, this thing was half-assed by some redneck out in PA when it was wrecked. So, I shouldn't say wrecked, but when it was in an accident, I wish I never got a chance to speak to more previous owners to really figure out what the hell happened with this thing. Like, I'm sure somebody's got to have a picture of this thing that bought it brand new and it was their prized possession and the thing got fucking rear-ended. But, alright. Yeah, but I want to put the time and effort into this car. You know, I would like to get the body good before I even touch the motor again. And by that, I mean pull the engine. Alright. Now I'm just flinging this shit everywhere. Like it don't cost money. Alright, so I know I have a spot here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to really see this. I know I have a spot. Oh, we're dropping pieces. I'm just going to build this shit the fuck up. Like so. I can kind of gradually build it backwards. Like I said, I'm going to have to work from like almost midpoint back. Backward. This is a good fun workout too. So. Oh man, body guys make this a lot easier than it is. It's like goopy, it's weird. It's a little bit more efficiently. Almost like a game. Oh, that's the spot. Alrighty, so with this last layer that I put on, I think the game plan is going to be take some of my 40 grit, knock down the high spots, you know, something like this and something like that, just to make it easier. So, and then I'll pull out 120 grit and try to smooth it over and see where that puts me. Yeah, I guess we'll just go from there. I don't know if I feel like cracking open the second can of Bondo tonight. I could leave that for tomorrow, but I would. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Alrighty, so after a bunch more sanding, as per usual, again, it's a lot smoother, but I did hit my same dips, so I think I'm just a fucking idiot, and I focused too much on one area with too low of a grit of sandpaper. So I can still feel, I mean, you can feel like you can see like a little dimple here, but still a little work needs to be made here. Same with right here, here. Dips a little bit up here, but it's very, very smooth. This back section is almost fucking tits. From down here, looks good, looks good, looks good. This could use a little bit of love, but it's almost there. Laid some onto the bottom. This was when it was starting to dry though, so it's not perfect. So I sanded it just a little bit. I would like to put the car up in the air a little bit to work on this easier. I tried to do back here, got some spots pretty good, but I need to get most to almost all of this shit out just because I don't want to be like the last guy and have Bondo everywhere. And then I didn't really touch the tail yet. So I'm kind of impatient, as always. And I just wiped it off with alcohol. And then also up here is nearly perfect. I do need to work on, there's a little dent right here. I need to work on this a little bit better, but for the most part, it's there. So what I'm thinking, and I didn't do anything down here, I'd like to do a skim coat down there. I think I'm gonna throw some primer on it. Almost the same deal as the roof. Throw some primer on it, A, to seal it up from the elements, because I wouldn't mind the car sitting outside tonight. And B, actually I probably won't sit out tonight, but I wouldn't mind throwing some primer on it so I can have a coat of something on it and be able to visibly see how much I fucked up. It is kind of hard to tell when you're literally just going by feel, you know? Because of course it feels baby's ass smooth. And then like I said though, in some spots, you know, I can tell that it's off by feel, but you really don't know how much it's off until you throw some primer on it and figure it out. So I think what I'm gonna do is just do a little jerry-rigged spray and yeah, see what she looks like. Alrighty, forget if I took an outro video or not. So this is where she rests for the night. You can tell obviously it looks good, but she definitely ain't perfect. I promise some of this lighting is doing me worse than it actually is. But like you can see some of the, you know, dip downs and stuff like that. But overall, wow, yeah, this light's fucking me up. Overall, I promise, it is very close. Also here, like that is barely low, and that looks drastic on camera. And like here is, I didn't put enough primer on it, but she's getting there, that's for sure. So I'll put in some pictures of what it looks like when it looks better when it was outside. But yeah, we got a quarter now, boys. So still need some body work, but basically the quarter is at the same point as the roof. They are good, but they are not, they could be good. They're good, but they could be gooder, if that makes any sense. So tomorrow, I'm not exactly sure what the plan's gonna be. I guess we'll see how early I can get up. Either I would like to finish bodywork completely, but I almost don't know if I want to finish it completely due to the fact that, you know, I still need to move the door and the fender. God forbid one of those have a fucking, you know, they need a little bit of love. At that point, I'd rather be able to blend everything smoothly together. But what I do know is I still do need to finish. I need to do this. I need to try to pop that out more and get, you know, this is kind of thick here. Get that figured out and, you know, clean the tracks up. I still need to pull the other side. But I need to clean the tracks up, get them, you know, primed, painted, whatever the case may be, so I can get the seals back in. Yeah, also I wouldn't mind doing black primer, or maybe I'll do gray. I don't know, you tell me. But yeah, she's almost there. This is fucking awesome. So yeah, like I said, I'll put some glamour shots in, if you will, for when it looks better outside. And yeah, I guess stay tuned for the next video. we'll see what other shit I get into, because I have plenty of do still with this car. But it's nice seeing stuff like this actually be done, or not done, but you know, be closer. I mean, look in here, you can't tell. It just looks like there's some shitty bodywork on it. You don't know what's going on there. So that was the goal, and yeah, I'm definitely happy with, you know, the direction that this car's coming. I'm very, very excited. But, you know, as stated many times, obviously I still gotta, you know, clean up everything in here, put the headliner back in. I never looked into the new trim pieces or anything because I'm an asshole. I'm lazy. But yeah. Oh, also, I think I'll put it in a video from earlier. My fucking RPM gauge went out today, so that kind of sucks. I need to figure that out. But, you know, stupid shit in here. With an old car like this, there's always going to be things that just continuously fail. And obviously, you know, like door panel, I need to clean it. Just interior might be it's going to be a whole thing. So, we'll come up here. Yeah, so, oh, you know what? Yeah, I think this is going to wrap up tonight or today's video. I think this is part 4, which would be bodywork. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I like to see. So, everybody that is still watching this or watched earlier, thank you very much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And yeah, keep up for the next videos to see how this little ugly duckling, Tammy Lynn, we'll see how she turns out. She looks like a horse. She can't be a horse because that's a Mustang. She's my little Pontiac. But yeah, stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and we'll see what shit I get into in the next video.